everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Joey,
I'm Tanya.
and this is Saturday Morning Story Time. You're thinking about what happened on our show yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming to you live from the set of Into the Outer Realms, our paranormal show. So you can check that out every Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. And then it's always on our Into the Outer Realms Facebook page. So speaking of the paranormal, today's book is called Stuck by Oliver Jeffers. And this was recommended to us from our friend Craig Ansel, who's one of three hosts of the Three Beards podcast. Terrific guests, all about the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
I think they also do things with MMA fighting and all that kind of stuff. So wide range of interest. So without further ado, shall we read Stuck? Because I think in this 2020, every once in a while, we're all feeling a little stuck. So here we go.
It all began when Floyd's kite became stuck in a tree. He tried pulling and swinging, but it wouldn't come unstuck.
How innocently things start. The trouble really began when he threw his favorite shoe to knock the kite loose. And that got stuck too. I bet you can already tell where this is going.
So he threw up his other shoe to knock down his favorite one. And unbelievably, that got stuck as well. In order to knock down his other shoe, Floyd fetched Mitch.
Mitch the cat.
A little word for Mitch.
A lot of these books have animals in them.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Cats get stuck in trees all the time, but this was getting ridiculous. Floyd fetched a ladder. He was going to sort this out once and for all.
And up he threw it. I'm sure you can guess what happened.
That tree's getting pretty lively. All right, let's see here. The ladder was borrowed from a neighbor and would definitely need to be put back before anyone noticed. And in order to do so, Floyd flung a bucket of paint at it. And wouldn't you know it, the bucket of paint got stuck. Then Floyd tried, so we'll be quick at this, don't leave you hanging.
A duck to knock down the bucket of paint, a chair to knock down the duck, his friend's bicycle to knock down the chair, the kitchen sink to knock down his friend's bicycle, Floyd's front door to knock down the kitchen sink.
The front door cracks me up every time.
I love that he's on the ladder with the screwdriver.
Yeah, another little ladder that doesn't wind up in the tree. Spoiler alert. The family car to knock down their front door, the milkman to knock down the family cat, and orangutan to knock down the milkman who surely had somewhere else to be.
Floyd.
That orangutan does not look happy.
No, he does not. A small boat to knock down the orangutan, a big boat to knock down the small boat, a rhinoceros to knock down the big boat, a long-distance truck to knock down the rhinoceros, the house across the street to knock down the long-distance truck.
I hope you're playing at home and keeping track of all this. Oh, I gotta show that. He put like a big, like Titanic-looking boat up in a tree.
Bring it back just a little.
Bring it back?
There you go.
Okay.
So you can see that big ship.
Practice that and everything. A lighthouse to knock down the house no longer across the street. A curious whale in the wrong place at the wrong time to knock down the lighthouse.
And the whale says, "Hi, what are you doing?"
And, I read it like Joey from Friends, and it was like, how you doing? So,
I like yours
there
better.
you go.
And they all got stuck.
That is one tree. Look at that.
I'm saying, Floyd, what are you doing?
I have been like Floyd, just throwing bad after bad, hoping it changes. A fire engine was passing and heard all the commotion. The firemen stopped to see if they could help at all. And up they went. First the engine, followed by the firemen, one by one. And the fireman says, "Can we help you all?"
And Floyd's like, "Yeah, I got an idea." And there they stayed, stuck between the orangutan and one of the boats. Firemen would definitely be noticed missing, and Floyd knew he'd be in big trouble. Then he had an idea and went to find a saw.
Look at that. More bright ideas for Floyd. Okay. He lined it up as best he could and hurled it up at the tree. Now, I thought for sure he was going to cut the tree down and get everything out of it.
I didn't. I just knew how his train of thought was going.
Pretty nutty.
And that was it. There was no more room left in the tree, and the kite came unstuck. Pop! Floyd was delighted. He had forgotten all about his kite, and he put it to use immediately. Everything in the rest of his day, enjoying the rest of his day very much. That night, Floyd fell asleep, exhausted. I can't imagine why, though before he did, he could have sworn there was something he was forgetting.
Now, he even went to bed with this. I don't even know. But hang on a minute, lads, says the fireman up in the tree. I've got a great idea. So what do we have? A children's book cliffhanger. And I don't think there's a sequel.
I hope that fireman has better ideas than Floyd.
Well, I hope you enjoyed Floyd's little adventure of Stuck by Oliver Jeffers. I really feel I have a lot of Floyd in me.
Mm-hmm.
You'll attest to that.
I've
Yeah.
seen it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And speaking of that, my brother and his wife are joining us today. Chris and Mary. Hi, you guys. We love you too. And Chris will attest to the fact that I did many Floydish things when we were children.
Mm-hmm.
So
Still
thank
doing
you all. Next week, something very different, but a book that I really love, Lon Popo. This is a Chinese version of Little Red Riding Hood. I think perfect for the autumn. It is just absolutely gorgeously illustrated. And our good friend Phil Pritchard, who always watches the show with his grandsons, one of his grandsons recommended this book. So we hope you have a happy Saturday.
Yes.
Some of our favorite people in the world are staying with us this weekend. So we're going to get back to them. And take care, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.